You are listening to the AI World Podcast, your trusted source for the latest innovations, insights, and trends in artificial intelligence, blockchain, fintech, and decentralized technologies. Each episode features expert interviews, engaging discussions, and in-depth analysis of how AI transforms industries worldwide. Stay ahead of the curve with the latest articles and exclusive reports from the AI World Journal, covering everything from emerging technologies to industry breakthroughs. For more news, global events, and access to AI World Society circle gatherings, visit us at aiworld.tv. Don't forget to subscribe to stay informed, stay connected, and be part of the AI revolution with AI World Lounge. Thank you for listening.
Welcome back to the Deep Dive. Okay, so today we're tackling something really interesting, a stack of material showing this, well, almost jarring disconnect in tech right now.
Yeah, it's quite the paradox, isn't it?
Totally. You look at the headlines, the market, these massive AI deals, it feels like a gold rush, investment pouring into infrastructure.
Absolutely soar it.
But then you look inside most big companies, they're really struggling to make AI actually work for them, to get real measurable value out of it.
The hype is sky high, but the on-the-ground results, often lagging.
Exactly. So our mission today is to unpack that gap. What's happening between the promise and the reality?
The AI adoption gap.
Yeah, that's it. This huge difference between, how easily we all use things like ChatGPT or Claude now.
Right, for emails, summarizing stuff, basic productivity boosts.
And the painful fact that 95% of corporate AI pilot projects, they just fail to scale up. They stall out.
95%. It's a huge number.
And crucially, we're going to look at the physical side of this. The messy, real-world stuff, the power grids, the data centers, the actual billions being spent. These things are enabling the boom, but maybe also kind of limiting it.
It's definitely a moment of intense paradox, like you said.
Yeah.
The sources we looked at describe AI progress as parabolic.
Parabolic, meaning?
Meaning it's not just fast or even exponential. The rate of acceleration is actually speeding up. We're seeing capabilities emerge in months that used to take years.
Wow. Okay.
And this is the core finding you mentioned, the next big wave of value. It's probably not the next amazing AI model. It's going to come from the really complex, kind of grueling work of implementation.
Getting it to actually work inside companies.
Precisely. And why this boom feels more sustainable than maybe past tech hypes is because it is driven by tangible usefulness. It does things people find valuable right now.
Okay, so let's unpack that usefulness by starting with the foundation. Why is this AI acceleration happening now at this speed? The materials we read argue something like, infrastructure has finally caught up with imagination.
Exactly. That sums it up perfectly. This isn't some overnight miracle.
Right.
It's really the result of decades of building. Think about all the investment in cloud computing, high-speed networks.
Yeah, cyber optics everywhere.
And especially specialized chips like GPUs. Graphics processing units. They're the only things really that can handle the kind of math needed for these huge AI models.
GPUs, right. That's the bottleneck everyone talks about. It's why companies like NVIDIA have these, astronomical valuations. It's not just faster computers, it's a whole different kind of computing that finally matches what AI needs.
Precisely. All that investment, all that capital spending over the last, say, 10, 15 years, it created this really robust bedrock.
Okay.
And the result is the speed we see now, the speed of execution, something that might have taken a huge company years just to experiment with a few years ago.
Yeah.
They can now prototype and at least theoretically deploy it in months.
Months, not years. That's huge.
And if you follow the money, you see how critical this physical layer is. You've got players like Oracle, NVIDIA, AMD. They're basically turning into essential utilities for AI compute power.
They're building the digital factories.
You got it. The factories of the future.
And that ability to scale. It's not just about processing speed, is it? It's about training models on these incredibly huge, diverse data sets.
Yes, and then integrating those models back into existing systems, that whole cycle.
The velocity, the speed of change itself feels unprecedented.
And that velocity defines the competition now.
Yeah.
Being able to execute quickly, integrate AI agents, deploy them widely. That's the new edge.
Okay, but here's the catch, right? The big number.
The massive catch. Despite all this amazing tech, 95% of enterprise AI pilots fail to scale.
95%, just staggering. It tells the whole story of that adoption gap right there.
It really does.
Because consumers, the public, maybe you listening right now, you've probably seamlessly folded tools like Claude or ChatGPT into your daily routine.
Yeah, summarizing articles, drafting emails, maybe some basic coding help.
Yeah.
It's a productivity tool for many people.
The businesses, big organizations, they seem to be hitting a brick wall.
They really are.
Yeah.
They get stuck in what the sources call the internal implementation phase.
Okay, what does that mean exactly?
Well, they'll run a pilot project, say automating expense reports or maybe drafting some simple marketing emails. And it works. In that controlled environment, that sandbox, it looks great. But then they try to roll it out. 10,000 employees across 15 different departments with all their existing messy systems.
Yeah.
It just breaks down or stalls. It doesn't scale smoothly.
So what are the sticking points? If the AI model itself works in the pilot, and we know the money and the tech power are there, why does the full deployment crumble?
Now we get into the messy reality. The sources are pretty clear. It's often a clash between the AI's agility and the rigidity of the company's existing systems.
Like putting a Formula One engine in an old truck.
Exactly like that.
Yeah.
Great analogy. First off, data. Enterprise data is often siloed, messy, inconsistent, stored in different places, different formats.
Yeah, the dreaded data silos.
Right. But AI models, especially the big ones, they need clean, unified data. Lots of it. And getting there requires huge, frankly, unglamorous internal projects to fix the data infrastructure.
I can only imagine the internal politics around data, getting departments to agree on standards or just getting access.
Oh, absolutely. Data governance is brutal. Then there's the talent gap.
Okay.
You might hire a few data scientists for a pilot, but to deploy, monitor, update, and crucially govern these models safely across thousands of users, you need whole teams focused on MLOps, machine learning operations. That expertise is scarce and expensive.
MLOps.
And finally, security. Big one. Connecting a powerful generative AI, which, let's be honest, can sometimes make things up or hallucinate.
Yeah, that's a risk.
Connecting that to your core company systems like your customer database or your financial records, that carries immense risk. So security teams, understandably, hit the brakes. Slows everything down.
So the challenge isn't just making the AI smart, it's embedding it deeply and safely into how the business already runs in a way that actually makes money or saves money consistently everywhere.
Exactly. It has to generate measurable value across the whole company, not just in a lab.
That clarifies the adoption gap a lot. It's systemic, organizational friction, not just a tech problem.
Well put.
Okay, so if implementation is the real hurdle, who's actually best positioned to clear it? Is it the huge established companies, the incumbents who already have deep ties into businesses? Or is it these new, nimble, AI-first startups?
That's the fascinating battle shaping up right now. And honestly, neither side seems to have a guaranteed win.
Let's look at the incumbents first. Like, say, a Salesforce. Their pitch makes a lot of sense for a big company, right?
It does.
They add AI features directly into the platforms customers already use every day. They focus on making it easy, incremental. AI where you already work minimizes disruption.
And that definitely reduces that organizational friction we talked about. It feels less scary, less of a leap.
But I sense a but coming.
Well, yeah. The sources we read noted that even with these integrated solutions, adoption is slower than expected.
Slower, really?
Yeah. For some big customers, the promise still feels more like vision than reality. You're still fighting against years, maybe decades, of technical debt in those old systems.
Ah, the legacy systems strike again.
Right. Upgrading massive, complex infrastructure, retraining thousands of people globally.
Yeah.
It just takes time. And there's often internal resistance, even if the new AI feature itself seems simple.
Okay, so incumbents have integration advantages, but legacy baggage. What about the other side, the AI native startups?
These are the companies born in the cloud, built around AI from day one, super agile.
No legacy systems weighing them down.
Exactly. So they can innovate much faster, potentially create truly revolutionary new ways of working.
Sounds great. What's their downside?
Execution risk, especially that last mile. Scaling a super specialized AI solution so it works perfectly across dozens of different industries, each with its own rules, regulations, data quirks.
Like making it compliant for healthcare in Germany and optimizing logistics for manufacturing in Texas.
Precisely. That level of customization and enterprise-grade rollout, making it reliable and secure everywhere. It's incredibly complex and expensive for a startup. They might have brilliant tech, but stumble on the messy details of broad deployment.
So it sounds like for everyone incumbents and startups, the real prize is getting past that 95% failure rate. achieving true full-scale adoption.
That's where the real value unlocks.
What does that actually look like in practice when a company succeeds?
It's moving beyond just simple automation. It means integrating intelligent agents into really critical business processes.
Not just drafting an email.
Right. But maybe having an AI agent that can proactively analyze customer complaints, understand the urgency based on past data, suggest solutions, and automatically dispatch the right people or resources.
Okay, that's more sophisticated.
Or using predictive analytics for really high-stakes decisions, like spotting supply chain risks before they happen. Automating truly complex workflows that span multiple departments.
And doing that reliably at scale.
Requires flawlessly scaling that underlying infrastructure we talked about earlier.
Which brings us right back around to the physical world, the foundation.
Yep.
If both the big guys and the startups struggle to scale the application of AI, maybe part of the problem is that the physical foundation, the power, the data centers, is also struggling to keep pace with the sheer ambition.
I think that's absolutely right. The speed of the tech imagination seems to have maybe outrun the speed of building physical stuff.
We're talking about just the raw, incredible amount of electricity and computing power needed to run these models 24/7.
The scale is mind-boggling.
It's so intense that data center news isn't just for tech nerds anymore, is it? It's hitting mainstream headlines.
Right.
We're seeing reports that AI data centers are so desperate for power, they're literally trying to build their own power plants.
Yeah, but bypassing the traditional grid because their demand is so huge and so immediate, the existing utilities just can't always guarantee the supply reliably.
Which puts the power companies in a really tough spot.
An impossible position almost. They're wrestling with this multi-billion-dollar question, as one source put it.
Which is?
How much of this surging demand for power from AI companies is real, and how much needs to be factored into long-term grid planning? If they build too much capacity, it's billions wasted.
But if they underbuild?
The whole AI economy could slow down. It fundamentally changes the cost of doing business for anyone trying to scale AI. Energy becomes a primary constraint.
And this isn't just abstract economics. This demand has real physical impacts on communities. That's like a hidden cost of the AI boom.
Absolutely.
We found some specific examples, like data centers in Scotland already using enough water just for cooling to fill like 27 million water bottles every year.
Wow. That's a huge local resource draw.
And you see the social side, too, growing pushback.
Definitely. We're seeing community groups organizing against new data center projects in Alabama, Pennsylvania, and especially that huge cluster in Northern Virginia.
Loudoun County, Data Center Alley.
Right. People are concerned about noise, land use, the strain on power and water. We're seeing opposition actually stop projects, influence big land deals.
Yeah.
Remember that garden center sale?
The Merrifield Garden Center sold for a reported $160 million for data centers.
Yeah, controversial. AI is literally reshaping local landscapes and local politics now.
It really is.
And yet, despite all this complexity, the costs, the pushback, the money just keeps pouring in. We saw that report about a potential $40 billion AI data center deal involving giants like BlackRock and NVIDIA. $40 billion. Staggering.
That's not just buying some servers. That feels significant.
It is significant. It signals that big institutional investors like a BlackRock now see AI infrastructure, the actual buildings, the land, the power access, the fiber connections, as a critical long-term asset class, almost like prime real estate.
They're betting the demand is basically recession-proof.
They're betting that this physical foundation is absolutely essential for the next decade or more. They're financing the very infrastructure needed for companies to finally achieve that full-scale enterprise adoption we've been talking about.
Okay. This has been a really necessary deep dive. We've covered the biggest tech boom and maybe the biggest organizational headache happening right now.
It's definitely both.
So let's try to synthesize the main takeaway for you, the listener. What the sources really drove home for me is that AI, it's not a bubble. It's not just another software trend.
No, it feels more fundamental. Yeah.
It really feels like the construction of a new digital foundation, something that will inevitably redefine productivity, automation, pretty much every industry. The direction seems clear, even if the path is messy. Enterprise transformation is coming.
Agreed. And the companies that will lead this next phase, they won't just be the ones with the flashiest tech or the highest stock prices.
Right.
It'll be the ones that combine that big vision with, frankly, flawless, detail-obsessed execution. They have to bridge that huge gap between the exciting potential and the messy, difficult, real-world work needed to get measurable results.
They need to fix the data problems, figure out the power grid puzzle, navigate community issues, and somehow get out of that 95% failure club for pilots.
Absolutely. All of the above.
Yeah.
And, that leaves us with a final provocative thought for you to chew on, based on everything we've discussed.
Okay, let's hear it.
If 95% of today's internal AI experiments are failing to scale, maybe the next truly great competition between companies won't be about who invents the smartest AI model.
Right.
Maybe the real competitive advantage, the thing that creates lasting value, will go to the companies that master the implementation, the messy, complex, often non-technical stuff, the deep organizational change, the data cleansing, managing the huge infrastructure build-out.
Mastering the mundane, almost.
Exactly. Mastering the mundane, difficult work required to turn a few promising experiments into a whole new, reliable, profitable way of operating. That mastery might be where the truly exponential wealth gets created in this next chapter.
The future of artificial intelligence is unfolding, and it's happening at AI World Week, the flagship global event for innovation, collaboration, and transformation. This flagship global AI event is designed to connect visionary leaders, trailblazing entrepreneurs, and influential thinkers to explore the endless possibilities of AI. Experience groundbreaking technology that redefines industries and inspires progress. Join thought-provoking discussions on ethical AI, digital equity, and the transformative role of technology in our world. Build meaningful connections that catalyze innovation and drive impact. AI World Week is powered by AI World Society, a global movement dedicated to advancing AI responsibly and ensuring it serves humanity. Together, we're shaping a smarter, more inclusive, and equitable future. Continue your journey beyond the event with the AI World Journal, offering expert insights, in-depth analysis, and the latest trends shaping the AI landscape. This is your opportunity to lead, to innovate, and to transform the world with AI. AI World Week. We invite you to join us and embrace the AI revolution.